every business, regardless of size or stage, has to excel in generating new leads as it directly relates to potential sales and profits. This becomes very important every month and is the main struggle most freelance copywriters face. With $1 Million Copy, we address this struggle by showing you how to find and manage your leads and clients, how to pitch and close deals, and you'll even learn strategies and tactics in leveling up your business to a potential 7-figure business. $1 Million Copy has 7 modules. The first and second module guide you on generating new leads and managing them so you can deploy your resources effectively and efficiently. The third and fourth module help you find your competitive edge by creating your unique selling proposition and your unique offer. In the fifth and sixth modules, you'll learn how to pitch and close deals and scale your business onwards and upwards. The final module, the seventh, is for starters and seasoned copywriters to learn the fundamentals and secrets of copywriting through the Killer Copy Blueprint. Unlike other products out there teaching people how to be a copywriter, $1 Million Copy focuses on finding clients and building the copywriting business. In $1 Million Copy, the strategy is to create raving fans for your business. To do this, it starts with the ability to generate leads, and this is represented by the lead generation funnel. Leads turn into prospects, which then in turn become clients, and those clients turn into raving fans. Leads are defined as suspects for your business and turn into prospects after meeting certain criteria or qualifications. Yes, they need to be qualified to be your customer because not everyone is your target audience. Prospects are your potential clients, whereas actual clients have agreed to engage with your services and money has been transferred to your account. Raving fans promote your services positively, fervently, and free of charge because of the results they've gotten from you. Raving fans help to lower your cost of advertising because their free positive review helps generate new leads for you. This is also referred to as a positive opinion leadership. Not every client will turn into a raving fan, but every client has the potential to be your raving fan. It comes down to how well you serve and impact your clients and the experience they have with you. There are 5 lead generation tactics you can use. Lead generation tactic number 1, use what you have at where you are. If you're just starting out, begin with what you have at where you are. If you are already in business for a couple of years, look at your surroundings and identify untapped opportunities. How do we execute this tactic? First, pull out a map and locate where you are. You can use Google Maps or search for free map tools or a physical map. Draw a circle with a radius of 15 kilometers from where you are. Why a 15-kilometer radius? Because it's about a 20-minute drive from where you are. This takes less time driving and gives you more time for getting leads and clients. Next, list down all the businesses within the radius, and now you've got a list of potential leads to start with. It would be businesses with different backgrounds and sizes. To manage this list, categorize them as small, medium, and large businesses and identify the top 3 potential clients. To identify the top 3, do your research. Here are 5 ways you can do it. Note if the potential lead is a brick and mortar establishment like a restaurant. You can always visit their location on the busiest day of the week to get a feel for their business. For example, restaurants would be lunch or dinner services Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, clothing stores during weekends, clubs during Fridays, Saturdays, and ladies' night, and corporations by the number of staff employed, which you can determine by the number of people exiting the building during lunch hour. Yes, you will not get an absolute number, but it gives you a good gauge. This tactic is interesting because it gives you access to your leads as you can pinpoint their location and can drop in at an appropriate time to pitch your services to them. Visiting their establishment also hones your skills of identifying opportunities to add more value. When you're done identifying your top 3 potential leads, approach and pitch your services using either of the following methods. What you want to do is fix an appointment, meet up with them, and say you've done research and have got a proposal to share to potentially double or triple their business in the next 3 months. Appointments can be fixed by dropping your name card or through a cold call, or get someone to do a warm introduction to the owner of the business. However, if you're just starting out, start from the bottom 3 potential leads and offer to work for them for minimal charges or for free in exchange for a video testimonial, which you can then use on your website to market your services. Why video testimonials? Well, it's more powerful, influential, and convincing than a written one. When you're done with the first 3 clients on that bottom 3 of your lead list, move up the ladder to medium and larger clients. Note that when dealing with the bottom 3 clients, There will be opportunities and challenges in the form of educating them on the importance of copywriting. They're at the bottom three for a reason, and they may not even have the funds to pay for minimal charges. Therefore, the strategy here is to win small first and get results as soon as possible so you can use those results to generate more leads and approach bigger clients. When you're just starting out, you want to get clients and results fast so you don't go hungry and you can keep the business going. Lead generation tactic number 2, cold call your way to a hot success. Contrary to what people believe, cold calls do work when done under the right context. This is an extension of tactic number 1. To deploy this tactic, draw up a list of potential leads and call them up on the phone one by one. Don't email them, as it may go to the spam folder. Also, don't show up right at their doorstep, as your leads may be running on a busy schedule and could find it very intrusive. Calling on the phone is less intrusive and gives you the opportunity to build rapport. The goal is to set up a face-to-face appointment so you can better persuade and influence their decision to engage with you. What you want to do is, on the phone, first introduce yourself, then set the context by saying you've done research and have identified X number of opportunities to further improve the business primarily through copywriting. You're keen to work with them, and if they're open to explore the proposal, you would love to meet up in person on either timing A or timing B. Always give them options to help expedite the meeting. Otherwise, they'll say they're too busy and they'll get back to you, or they'll say they get back to you, which often takes a long time if it ever happens at all. If one call isn't successful, move on to the next until you do succeed. When you've gone through your list, expand the radius which you set in tactic 1 to find more leads. Lead generation tactic number 3. Your network is your net worth. It's not only who you know, but who knows you. To do this, you want to add value to the people you meet and want to do it with sincerity and authenticity. Not everything needs to be about sales. The intention is to build long-term relationships, and the reason for this is because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. These relationships can lead to a warm introduction to potentially something bigger and better. Never underestimate the power of a warm introduction. It's important to note not all networking events are the same. So at most events, you end up with people who are like you, wanting to meet potential clients and selling all the time. The tip here is to be clear about the event and add value to the people you meet. Don't waste your time by going to all networking events. Be clear on the goal of the event first before going to it. Check out local establishments like Business Network International. They're an international business network with local chapters where only one unique service or business can join, and business is done on referral basis with 0 commissions. Other platforms you can consider looking at are PTix or Eventbrite. These are online platforms where event organizers post details of their event. Some are free and others are paid. Here's a power tip for business cards you bring to networking events. Most people distribute their name cards like flyers. You'd want to only exchange business cards with potential leads. A tactical move is to have an odd-shaped name card so it stands out from the rest of the standard template name cards. On your name card, include a web link where your leads and prospects can download a bonus or tips in exchange for their name and email address. This way you can build your email list, which you can mine later. Be sure to organize your list and ensure you do a follow-up. The bonuses offered can be used to your advantage, and you can even use different bonuses for different kinds of leads. Your bonuses offered can also be used as a conversation starter. For example, you could talk about how to 10x your sales through persuasive copy, or 10 big mistakes every business makes, or even copywriting secrets for small, medium enterprises. Do a follow-up on businesses that download the bonus by sending them an email or over the phone. What you can say is, "Hey, I noticed you've downloaded this bonus. I'm dropping in to check if it has served you well and if there are any questions in its implementation." And this is how you'll want to get one foot in the door and utilize the leads you've gotten from networking events. Lead generation tactic number 4, freelancer mega platforms. Upwork is an online site where clients and freelancers match up for a job. This works well because jobs posted up are automatically qualified as prospects, as they are actively searching for freelancers. However, the competition is steep, and if you haven't built a name or a portfolio online for yourself, clients will typically pick the cheapest price or the highest perceived quality. This is where your previous results from tactic 1, 2, and 3 come into play. You can use those results and post them as part of your portfolio. As a client and freelancer myself, I've noticed most new freelancers on Upwork wait to be hired online instead of also focusing on offline clients. They'll state they're new and offer fees lower than the standard rate, hoping to score a client so they can get results. I typically avoid these types of freelancers because they're cheap and don't value their own services. Look for high-paying clients through the search filter. Jobs categorized as expert level have bigger budgets, but are also more complex and with higher expectations. One way I've used to stand out from all the other applications for a job when I don't even have an online portfolio is to do a video application. You can do this by recording a self-introduction through a video and addressing the client by name. In the video, present how you'll tackle the job and what you can deliver for the client. This tactic honestly takes little effort and requires less than 15 minutes to produce, but leaves a lasting impression because you're most likely the only applicant to send in a video application. Also, now there's a face to your name. Your prospects have gotten to know you better than the rest of the applicants. Now you're equipped with 4 proven tactics to help you generate leads. Remember to always over-deliver and add value to the people you meet. It'll be tough at first, but you will reach a tipping point where clients will start looking for you instead. The game of freelancing is a fast-paced game, especially if you're working on your own and if you don't have a dedicated team assisting you with marketing or servicing clients. You've got to be smart with your time and resources. The last thing you want to do is be slow in responding to new leads and be far too occupied with existing clients. It's important to have a system on managing your leads, otherwise you'll end up confused and cluttered. This clouds your focus and you won't be able to prioritize your clients. Where your focus goes, your wealth flows. Here are 3 lead management tactics which you can deploy. Tactic 1, categorize, organize, and prioritize. You've gained momentum and results, and now you're getting an influx of leads and prospects who are interested in your services. To manage them properly, you need to categorize, organize, and prioritize based on a system which works for you. The reason for this is so you can identify and manage your time and resources better. This will also enable you to manage your cash flow well because cash flow is king. So how do you do this? First, you want to organize all incoming leads and existing clients into small, medium, and large clients. The reason we're doing this is because we want to have a healthy mix of small, medium, and large clients to ensure we have uninterrupted cash flow to the business. Next, put a definition on what small, medium, and large is. This is usually defined by profit. If there are no details on profit, then go with annual revenue. Profit is a good measurement because it indicates a healthy marketing and advertising fund in your client. Small clients may not have the budget to invest in advertising and marketing. They have little to no red tape and bureaucracies to deal with. Therefore, this allows for quick approvals and feedback on the work, as you're typically dealing directly with the business owner. Small clients may not place high importance on copywriting and may have mindset and mental blockages which don't make them open to invest in copywriting. They're small for a reason. However, they are great to start with to get initial results. The strategy to win with small clients is to work for minimal charges or for free in exchange for video testimonials. Medium clients are somewhat more flexible than big clients. They also have a bigger budget for advertising and marketing compared to smaller clients and typically have a better mindset. They're more competitive and desire to grow bigger, of course. The strategy here is to focus on retainers and grow with medium clients. Retainers are long-term contracts across an agreed duration, and because it's long-term, there's a tendency for it to be lower than a one-off service. Think of it as a bulk sale. Big clients have bigger budgets for advertising and promotions, hence they're able to pay more for high-quality copywriting services. Internally, they have a lot of processes to go through before the copy can be approved. This means some projects can take longer than expected to complete, or there's a lot of waiting time in between submissions and feedback. This can result in multiple changes and tight due dates, which can create a lot of stress. Which is why your competition are creative and advertising agencies, which provide full service and have account management executives to deal with the clients, while the creative team works in the background to meet the creative brief. Some big clients also practice a 60-day credit term with service providers like copywriters. This, obviously, can highly influence your cash flow. The strategy is to have a healthy combination of short-term, or small, mid-term, medium and big, and then long-term clients, made of the medium and big clients, because you want uninterrupted cash flow and multiple businesses. Lead management tactic number 2, pre-qualify your leads. There are many different leads. Some genuinely want to engage with you. Others are just exploring, trying to find the best yet cheapest copywriter to engage with. Which type of clients do you think you want to work with? This is a very important question to ask because you only have 24 hours in a day, 8 of which are spent sleeping, 3 hours on breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and balance maybe 13 hours to work if you're cranking out full speed. But let's be honest, copywriting is a creative process and creativity can't be forced. And there are so many distractions like other people, coffee, Facebook, and the like. The point is you can't spend time on leads and clients who waste your time. So you've got to pre-qualify them. How? If they came from your website, you can set up an automatic form which captures the main details of the company. Next, you want to pre-interview them on the form by asking relevant business questions. Keep it to maybe 3 or 5 questions. This helps you to identify their main problem and spot opportunities for the client. You may sometimes find the solution to their problem may not be solved with copywriting. And if the solution is in other areas, you may want to team up with another freelancer or consultant to address the business problem. This helps you to add more value to your clients. The main aim is to pre-qualify your leads to determine if they are serious about hiring a copywriter and if they're in a good financial standing to do so. Avoid leads and clients who are cheapskates and time wasters. Lead management tactic number 3, nurturing your leads. In the beginning, you actively search for new leads and qualify them if they're in need of copywriting services. As your business grows and your perceived value increases, you become more and more in demand. Leads that turn into clients are managed like any other clients. However, leads that don't turn into clients, the best tactical move is to filter out those who are interested but did not engage with you due to budget constraints. For these leads, it pays not to disqualify them immediately because they may not have the budget now, but in the future, who can tell? Maybe they will. Therefore, the strategy is to serve them with a downsell in the form of an ebook or information which they can use at their leisure. Follow up with them as a low priority to check if they've implemented it. When they start getting the results they want, guess who they'll go back to? Well, obviously, you. Don't lower your fees to match your lead's budget because it cheapens your value. It's harder to raise your fees because the mindset of the lead is like, if you could do it before for so cheap, can't you do it again? However, if you must lower your fees in special situations where the client shows potential growth, make it clear and upfront to the lead that it is a one-off situation. This is not your regular price. You could also negotiate for a percentage of profit of the additional sales generated as a compensation. Also, avoid leads who promise future work if you lower your fees for just this one project. Based on experience, I can tell you, these promises are rarely kept. Lead management is important because your resources are finite. If you want to build $1 million business through copywriting, you need to manage your most important resource of all, which is your time and energy. Spend your time working on sales generating activities. Where your focus goes, your wealth flows. In every market, there are businesses out there competing for customers' attention and sales. If they have a bigger advertising budget, they'll shout and promote louder than you, so much it drowns out your voice. Therefore, as a copywriter, it's important to know and develop a differentiation in your service and what you offer compared to your competitors. This is so you can stand out from them. To do this, you need to define and focus on building your unique selling proposition, or USP for short. A USP communicates the difference in your service between you and your competitors. This helps to influence, persuade, and convince leads and potential clients to choose your service. Without a USP, your services would look the same, and just like every other freelance copywriter out there. And clients who don't know any better will have the tendency to select the lowest fees or the highest perceived quality in order to save costs. The USP is important because it helps to cut through clutter. It forces you to focus on your specialty relevant to the market. You see, your resources are finite. Your time and energy needs to be managed well, especially if you're operating as a solo entrepreneur. This means you need to focus on what you do best and not be everything to all people. If you try to be everything, you'll eventually burn out and it dilutes your perceived value of your services. Also, note the ones who charge highly in the market or have the highest prices. They're usually experts who specialize in just one area. So, what is your specialty? To develop your USP, first, you'll need to identify who your competitors are in the market. You need to know the environment you're playing in, where you stand, and of course, the rules of the game. Generally, there are 3 types of copywriters, which are entry-level, mid-level, and high-level. Entry-level competitors are like yourself if you're just starting out as a newbie in the copywriting scene. Most likely, they'd be fresh graduates or would have accumulated about a year or more of copywriting experience working in an agency and have just started to branch out on their own. They have little to no client base. For mid-level, they're competitors who have 3 to 5 years experience in the field and have a list of recurring clients. They could be operating with a mix of new clients and or existing clients with retainers. Retainers are where the clients retain and engage a copywriter on a long-term basis. The payout is more consistent, however, it may be at a slightly lower rate than a one-off engagement. And high-level competitors are experts who typically charge higher because of experience and results. It also covers full-service advertising agencies and boutiques. Full-service agencies typically manage the full component of advertising and marketing, covering above and below the line advertising. They'd have a client servicing team or an account management team, a creative team, and a production team. Boutique agencies, on the other hand, may handle only a specific component like research, creative work, or digital advertising. At this level, clients are normally larger corporations with bigger advertising budgets. Expectations, of course, are also higher with more complex engagements and longer time to push a project forward because there are many levels for work to be approved. Once you've mapped out your competitors, next do an analysis. Questions to ask and find answers to will be based on how they operate. What are the pricing structures like? And are they affordable or is it too expensive? Who are their clients? What are their success stories? And what are their strengths and weaknesses? And questions you as a copywriter should be asking yourself are, what are your opportunities? What are the threats to your business as a copywriter? And are there gaps in the market? What problems are you solving in the market? After finding out the answers, you'll be able to have a clearer understanding of your business. The main aim, of course, is to understand the rules of the game and know which rules you can bend or maybe even break. You can't play the game if you don't know how it works. After your competitors, next is to analyze and understand your potential clients and cover their demographics and psychographics. In this case, psychographics would reveal more insights. Demographics are quantifiable qualities covering age, gender, income, education, and economic status, and they help you to develop quick insights as to how your leads and clients operate and where to target them. Psychographics, on the other hand, are insights based on attitudes and lifestyles and other psychological criteria. Psychographics help you to understand the needs, wants, and expectations of clients towards the services of copywriter. Combining demographics and psychographics would generate a key insight on your potential leads. For example, you find a majority of your leads who inquire about your services originate from a certain city, and based on interviews with past clients, you can find input and opinions are valued, and copywriters are expected to have some strategic marketing and sales experience, for example. So with that information in hand, you'd want to focus your adverts to target that city and potentially position yourself as the strategic marketing copywriter, possibly even branding yourself as such because that's what clients in that city are looking for, if that makes sense. This approach can also be used when analyzing the target market for your clients' businesses to help you create relevant and persuasive sales-converting copy. At this point, you'll be able to identify a gap in the market. A gap is defined as an unfulfilled need or want in the market where you can leverage and dominate it. Next is to develop your USP to fit the market gap and turn it into a positioning statement. An effective one, when communicated, either offers a solution to your client's problem or communicates your differentiation point. This is developed based on your earlier research. Examples of great USPs are Avis, we're number 2. M&M's, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. De Beers, a diamond is forever. Your positioning statement is to be specific and as simple as possible. Once you're done, next is to communicate your USP. You can express your USP through a tagline. It's a short phrase or sentence which serves to give a clearer message about your service as a copywriter. With the USP and tagline, you can further communicate it by having it consistently appear across all of your marketing materials, like your name card and website. This moves on to branding yourself and having it appear consistently, right up to the way you talk and carry yourself with your audience. Branding helps to elevate the perceived value of your services. The more valuable your brand is, the more you can charge clients for your services. For example, the cost to engage with marketing guru Jay Abraham starts from, get this, $50,000 just for a keynote speech. In short, as a copywriter, being great is not enough if nobody knows you. You need to know how to market yourself. In a crowded marketplace, a unique USP will cut through clutter and noise. It also helps to build up your branding, and in the long run, lessens the cost of advertising to capture new leads. In the previous modules, you've learned about generating and managing leads, finding your unique selling proposition, and communicating it. Here in this module, we'll cover crafting your secret offer, also known as the proposal, to present to your leads and potential clients. It's a secret because they only know your offer after they've been pre-qualified. You don't want your rates to be publicly known by your competitors. There are 3 sections in creating your secret offer. The first section is, where's the business at? The second section is, what can I do for you? And the final section is, how much is the investment? Section 1, where's the business at? Before you start, ensure that you have the necessary formatting and standard information. These are your company logo, address, contact number, email, website, and date of proposal. After that, start off by highlighting the situation of the business. Write this section using a point A to B formula. Point A is where the business is at currently. Point B is where the business wants to go. Ideally, keep it to 2 paragraphs, with the first paragraph as point A and the second paragraph, you guessed it, as point B. This helps with clarity in your communication. These points are obtained from the research done on your leads in Module 1, Lead Generation Strategies, where you observed your lead's business, did online research, or interviewed them. Point A to B can also be expressed as problem and solution. Point A, of course, is the business problem or challenge, and point B is your proposed solution. Section 2, what can I do for you? This section is about what you as the copywriter can do for your lead or client, and is divided into 3 parts: objectives, measurements, and strategic options. Objectives are aligned and agreed upon in previous meetings. It's then listed according to priority to demonstrate your clarity, understanding, and focus of the proposal. Ideally, there should be at least 3 objectives with a maximum of 5, because too many objectives becomes unrealistic and loses focus. Objectives are to be written in an actionable statement with a clear end result. For example, increase website conversion rates by 12% within 60 days of campaign launch. Here, you know exactly what your role is, which is to produce the copy that converts an additional 12%. And you've got up to 60 days after the campaign launch to do it. After setting the objectives, you must have a way to measure success. Otherwise, you won't know whether your copy is underperforming, performing, or overperforming. This is important because if your copy is overperforming, you'd be in a better position to negotiate for a bonus or higher fees the next round. It also looks really good on your portfolio. Some clients don't track their marketing results, so be prepared to allocate additional manpower to track the results of your projects. The measurements proposed is a picture of what success looks like. Next, do up a projected estimate of what the end results would look like in value and numbers, meaning should they hire you, what is the minimum result that can be achieved? Sure, nothing is guaranteed, and you need to reiterate that, but leads and clients need to know this because it answers their doubts, and also it makes it easier for them to have the proposal approved internally. The estimates are conservative because you want to set this up so that you over-deliver consistently. The areas where you need to estimate are areas like sales, monthly or annual, conversions, clicks, and open rate. This part is the most important part of Section 2, and it's here that you demonstrate your value and expertise as a copywriter. In this part, propose at least 2 with a maximum of 3 options for your client to choose and achieve the business goal. Option 1 starts with the bare minimum, and the next option after that is a build-up of the previous option. The reason you're doing this is 3-pronged. First, you're showing your thought process and that you're able to think about strategy and execution. Second, you're giving your client flexibility to choose based on their marketing and advertising budget. Third, you want to be able to do more for your client because doing more equals adding more value, equals more business, equals future repeat business. Next, state when you can start and how long it will take for the project to complete. This helps you and your client to manage your own respective timelines, as you or your client may be in the middle of another big project that's demanding. Finally, end this section by outlining roles, responsibilities, and accountabilities for both yourself and your client. This part needs to be clear and concise to avoid miscommunication and ensure that all gaps are covered. Section 3, how much is the investment? In this final section, it's all about pricing your services. You should always refer to your professional fees as investment because the word fee implies money paid, whereas the word investment implies money paid now, which gives returns in the future. There are 3 ways to price your services, which are time, deliverables, and value of the project. The best way to set the investment is according to the value of the project. This allows your professional rate to match the project regardless of if it's a low or a very high value. It also gives you the flexibility to approach clients of different levels. Do state your payment timing as well, whether it's a 30-day or a 15-day payment schedule or a half payment up front and balance half payment after project has been completed. To entice your client to pay in full upfront, you can consider including a 10% rebate as a reward. Finally, end this section with your signature and a space for your client to sign and seal a deal. The necessary details are name, signature, and date.